The night of November 22 to 23, 2019, in Coral Springs, Florida, a group of friends from the Training for Warriors gym gets together. First a movie, then the World of Beer bar in nearby Coconut Creek. Among them are 56-year-old Yvonne Serrano and 21-year-old Daniela Tabarez Maya. At the bar, Serrano is drinking heavily and becomes intoxicated. Daniela, showing concern, offers to drive her home in her own car, a Nissan Kicks. Around 2 o'clock in the morning, surveillance cameras record Tabarez's car pulling up to Serrano's house in the Maplewood Isles neighborhood. This is the last moment Daniela is seen alive. What happens next remains off camera, but soon everything ends in tragedy. At 5:55 a.m., Serrano calls 911. She reports that there is a dead woman lying next to a car in her driveway. She claims she doesn't know who it is and doesn't remember how she got home. Police arrive at the scene. Daniela Tabarez's body, with a gunshot wound to the head, is found half inside the car, half on the ground. A 9mm shell casing is found at the scene. Serrano appears confused, claiming she remembers nothing. She is not dressed for a workout as she had stated, and her behavior raises suspicion. Serrano owns a registered Sig Sauer P365 pistol and has a concealed carry permit. Blood traces are found on the gun and its holster. It is later revealed that she deleted recordings from her Ring security cameras installed at her home. For this, she is charged separately with destruction of evidence. During interrogation, she gave her first statement.
Okay, you did, after we discussed this case earlier at your residence, agree to come in here with us to the police station, correct?
I didn't agree. You brought me, but that's okay.
Well,
I'm
no,
here.
Well, no, let's not word it that way.
Are you here because you want to be here?
You weren't put in handcuffs, correct?
Oh yeah. That's
You recall
correct.
you weren't put in
Yeah.
handcuffs?
No. That's
And you
correct.
recall that when we were sitting in the kitchen, Detective Young and I in your house, we told you we wanted to ask you some more questions that were
That's
investigating the
correct.
death of Daniela, that you were the last person that we know that saw her alive. We asked if you'd come here and speak with us. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay. You know, on television, a lot of times when people get arrested, they read them their rights. Have you ever seen that before? I'm
Yeah,
sure.
Miranda rights. I got it.
I did it before.
Right. Okay, so you remember that your rights were administered to you by Detective Young already? You understand those? Do you have any questions about that?
Yes.
You do not have any questions?
I mean, the only question I have is that you mentioned. I mean, the obvious question is, am I getting arrested?
You're not. You're not under arrest.
Okay.
You're free to go anytime you want.
Okay. I'm just.
No.
It's an honest question. I don't.
Right. I understand. You're not familiar with our procedures.
Yes,
but
I don't know, and you know, like I told you, I say, do I need a lawyer to these procedures? Do even regardless of or in between? What? As I said, I have never been in this situation in my life. It's my first time. I'm not a thug or anything, so I have no idea what is the procedure.
Well, as Detective Young stated, he read you your Miranda rights at the house, right? And took a statement from you. It was kind of
one of these machines.
with one of these, right? During that time, he explained those rights. You understood them, right?
Yes, I did.
Okay. And now we're also telling you, as we sit here, that you're not under arrest.
Okay.
Okay. So that's why I was kind of starting to explain the whole thing about the movies and reading Miranda rights. Sometimes you read people their rights when they're under arrest, and sometimes you read them their rights even when they're not under arrest. If you were under arrest, you would have been in handcuffs and you would have been put in a patrol car and driven here in a patrol car, but you were driven here in my department assigned vehicle. So that's kind of the difference. You explained earlier that you were out last night with friends.
Yes.
One of those friends, unfortunately, ended up dead in your driveway today, and that you wanted to help us. So
Yes.
If you want to discuss it with us, that's what we want to do. We want to take it from the top. So it's my understanding that you want to discuss it with us. That's why you came in with us, correct?
Yeah, I mean, I told Detective Young, I tell him everything
But
that I can.
I'll tell you what I want to do.
What do you wanna do?
I'm the lead detective on this. I wasn't present for the interview that you had with Detective Young. If you remember, I came in late.
Yes.
And it could be that I forgot to ask you something.
So
No, that's fine. But you know what I'm saying?
in addition to that, sometimes as time goes by, you start to remember little things. So we're going to start with way before this morning, as far as you finding Daniela on your driveway. We're going to start with way before that. I want to get a little bit of history on you and have a better understanding as who you are and who she was and what your relationship was with her. So
At this stage of the interrogation, we observe a classic phase, the establishment of control and psychological pressure through formal politeness. The detectives are in no rush to accuse. Instead, they create an illusion of voluntariness. When Yvonne asks about a lawyer, we witness an internal conflict. She wants to appear innocent, yet intuitively senses the gravity of the situation. The detectives, meanwhile, act methodically. They remind her of her rights, emphasize that she is not under arrest, and guide her toward the central point, that she was the last person to see the victim alive. Simultaneously, outside the room, the police are conducting a search of her home. This creates dual pressure, psychological within and legal from the outside. This interrogation is not just a conversation, it's a chess match where every question is a move and every reaction a potential mistake. And Yvonne, despite her attempts to appear calm, is already beginning to lose her composure.
I also want to start with you're not working currently, correct?
That's correct.
But on a regular basis, you're going to a gym called Training for Warriors?
That's correct.
Is that the gym?
I guess that's the address, yes. It's right behind the hospital.
That's right, okay. How long have you been going to that gym?
I would say, I want to say 6 months, I'm not sure. But, yeah, maybe 5, 6, somewhere around there. Not more than 6 for sure.
What type of gym is it? Is it a CrossFit gym or is it just your normal everyday, like a UFit, or what type of gym is it? It's a Training for Warriors. It's an unusual name, so is it?
No. No. It doesn't have to be anything but warriors. It's, lifting weights, running. Basically, it's what it is. But lifting weights.
No boxing.
No boxing. No nothing. No.
Weight training.
Weight training and running. That's the thing.
Okay.
Not CrossFit. I mean, they do the boot camps on the weekends that tires and stuff, but that's about it.
Okay. And when you go there, do you have an appointment with the trainer, or you just show up whenever you want?
You wait. Well, I go to the 5 o'clock class, or used to go to 5 in the morning, and you go, you train, and you leave, and that's it.
Okay.
I mean,
so they're open.
You have a group. Yeah, you have a group. That normal people that either work or whatever. They go at 5 o'clock in the morning. Some will go at 6. So it keeps classes every hour on the hour. I think, and I guess, because I only go for the 5 o'clock in the morning. I used to go.
You only
one. Yes.
5 o'clock in the morning.
Yes.
And do the same kind of people go pretty much?
Much of it's the same amount of people.
How many people are in a class on an average?
Supposedly, on average, I would say maybe 10, 12, somewhere around there. So it depends on who wakes up in the morning, who goes with us, and it's give or take. You can have 4 people, you can have 10 people, you can have 20 people, no more than 30, I guess. 25, 30, yes.
Right. Are you friendly with the owners there? Do you know anybody by name or the trainers?
Yeah, I know the trainers. Austin, Nick, and Rick. That he is one of the either owners or son of the owner. But I don't deal with him.
And everybody at the gym, is it kind of like a close-knit group? Everybody's pretty friendly with each other? I guess last night there was a social gathering with people from the gym.
Yes, from the gym.
So everybody's...
people that I didn't know, people that I, see like in and out.
Right. And somehow someone organized a gathering for everybody?
Yeah, it was...
Who organized it?
I think that was the owners or Rick, the son.
So either Nick...
No, not Nick. Rick.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Rick, do you know what Rick's last name is, by chance? No. But Rick's the owner, and he organized.
Well, at least one of the owners.
He organized a social gathering for everybody at the gym. Almost all the members were invited, or everybody was invited.
Yeah, they put out something on Facebook or something that everybody, and then everybody decided who want to go or who doesn't want to go. And up till today, I regret going, but that's okay.
When did you receive the invite?
Oh, it was like I want to say like a week ago.
Okay.
I think it was a week ago, and I didn't, I put going, but normally I say go and never go, but I tried to give it a try this time. And
so what time? What was everybody meeting at the Promenade in Coconut
yeah,
Creek, or at a movie theater?
Supposedly, I mean, and I have a recording on my phone that I asked him, say, hey, what time we're meeting. And if so, where are we going to meet, what time we're going to meet. And Austin sent me a text, said, okay, we're meeting at the lobby, not the lobby, the movies on the front. And Coconut Creek.
So Austin sent you a text yesterday early?
I boxed him. I boxed him and asked him, and he answered me, and I said, okay, cool, fine. So he said, we're going to meet there at 7, and I was like, okay. So when I get there, he wasn't there. I mean, there was only a few ladies there.
How did you get there?
I Uber.
Okay. Do you own your own vehicle, though?
Yes.
And why did you choose to Uber?
Because one, it was Friday, and second, Promenade is a park, especially on Friday nights.
Okay.
It's you spend more time in it.
Fair enough. So you Ubered there by yourself? Or
Yes.
Did you do Uber Pool, where you pool with people, or you did Uber X?
Uber X, I think it was.
Okay.
At this stage, the detectives are uncovering Yvonne's social background, her connections, habits, and environment. She talks about the Training for Warriors gym, where she used to train in the mornings. Although the gym is known as a friendly community, Yvonne remains isolated within it. She's not close to the owners and rarely attends group events. She says she decided to give it a try and go to a gathering, even though she usually avoids such meetings. It's an attempt to present herself as a regular person, but in the context of the case, it marks the moment she steps out of her usual isolation and into the heart of the tragedy. The detectives use these details to stir emotion and expose contradictions. The more she talks, the clearer it becomes. She wasn't just a random guest at the party. She was someone who didn't quite fit in, yet ended up at the epicenter of the crime.
So, while you were at the World of Beer, you were with Austin, as you mentioned, and you saw Rick, and you saw several people.
The wife, and everybody else that, the in and out of the...
And Daniela Tavares, this is the person who's been identified, right?
Yes.
On your driveway, is deceased. Did you see her there last night?
Yes, she was there. She was at the World of Beers. And, she was with a bunch of women, the husbands and stuff like that. And I was sitting there, and they were talking, and we were talking, and everybody was having a great time, back and forth.
Do you remember what she was wearing? Was it?
Oh, God, no.
No, you don't recall what Danielle was wearing?
No, I didn't pay attention.
Okay.
That wasn't on my...
Because, we're gonna look to spot her on a video there from World of Beer and see who was hanging around there. What were you wearing?
The only thing that I remember with her, because it was her hair. That when you go to the gym, you normally ponytail and stuff like that. So and then she had her hair down, and it's wavy and curly, like big waves. And that's that's the only thing I remember.
That's what you remember about her last. Well, the two of you did spend some time speaking with each other, yes or no?
No. We were talking on the table, like we were here now talking. Everybody was talking, so it wasn't like one-on-one conversation.
But did you speak to her?
Oh yeah, I did. I
understand there was a guy that was trying to pick her up.
Oh yeah, no, that was later. When we got out of because we were inside. We finally got a table inside. There was 4 there. I sat down, and everybody was standing. around the table. And then one of the girls said, oh, why don't we go to the other group? So we leave the table, and I told them, say, it's raining out there. Why don't we stay here, and then we bring the other people in, because it was starting. And then she's like, no, it's not gonna rain anymore. I say, okay, fine. So
Daniela said that.
No, I'm not talking about Daniela. I'm talking about the group. I'm not having a conversation with Daniela. We're talking about with the table. With the So we move out, and then it started raining. And I was like, okay, now you were the weatherman, now it's raining. You're making fun and stuff like that. So we walked in. I didn't. Did I go to the bathroom? I don't remember. Anyway, but he was there, and then this guy came, and I honestly cannot say what the conversation was or what I was doing. And with her.
Was he from the gym?
No. It was a guy, and stuff like that. And I remember what the conversation was, and and I saw that she was kind of uncomfortable type of, and then I came, and I say something, like like a mom. It's like she's my daughter, blah blah, or it was something along those lines. I don't remember exactly what it was, and he's like, yeah, right, whatever, It's like, like you're trying to show me off or something like that. And then we move. We keep going to basically the bar area, and we start. And she's like, oh yeah, no, that was cool, And then you're my mom and stuff like that. And I was like, yeah. If you need help, just let me know.
Okay.
Yeah, something on those lines, like
So
if
you're
you
kind of
want to shoot the
running
guy.
interference for her, because she wasn't interested in the guy.
Yeah, in the guy. So
did he get the hint and leave, or did he kind of hover around for a while?
I honestly I think that he hovered around a little bit. After that I basically don't even remember even getting in the car.
And you were drinking that
yes,
night? Alcohol?
No, beer.
Beer.
Well, a lot of people say alcohol is like hard liquor now.
This might be a good time for me to show you a picture, see if you can identify anybody in it.
Oh my goodness, okay.
Let's see here. This one right here. Do you know who that is? Right there?
That's me.
That's you. Okay. That's what I thought. And how about this female kind of behind you? With the
wavy hair. Yeah, the wavy hair, that might be her.
You think that might be Daniela? Okay.
I think.
Yvonne describes the evening at the bar, where she was with other gym members, including the victim, Daniela Tabares. She confirms that she saw and spoke with her, but tries to portray it as a superficial interaction. Yet she recalls specific details: Daniela's hair, the atmosphere, and a moment when a stranger tried to flirt with Daniela. Yvonne intervened, calling herself like a mom, trying to protect her. The detectives present footage showing Yvonne clearly intoxicated, actively engaging with Daniela, and telling her it's time to leave. Despite her attempts to distance herself, the video reveals close contact and initiative. The more Yvonne talks, the more obvious it becomes. She knows more than she's willing to admit.
Let me go back to that picture. How about this guy with the glasses?
That was the guy.
Is that the guy that was trying to talk?
That was
you think because he's talking to her and she's standing there, you think that might be Daniela?
Yes, because he was that was the guy. I do remember him. It was, I told you, I don't know if the last conversation I told you that the dark glasses.
Yes.
Beard,
glasses.
Yeah, that was the one.
How about this blonde, long blonde?
That
hair?
blonde is she goes to the gym, and I was laughing. She goes to the gym and she was hitting on him.
Does he go to the gym?
Yeah, that's Nick.
Oh, that's Nick.
That's Nick's son. And I was laughing with him. I said, you had a big target on your back now, and all the women are hitting on you, blah blah blah. And I was just, having fun.
That's another female, right? Is that what that is? Or I don't know what that is. Anyway.
Maybe, let me see.
Is that a head? Is that long hair?
Weird.
I'm not sure what that is.
Whatever that is, I don't know.
Well, yeah, maybe that's a shoulder. That's a shoulder. Yeah, it looks more like a person this way.
I don't know. As you see, I wasn't even. I was.
Okay. So that's Yvonne, and that's, we think, Daniela.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the guy that was interested in Daniela, we believe.
Okay.
Okay.
So
you, that white tank top is what you were wearing last night. Okay.
And the jeans.
Did you, the black tank top you were wearing when we were at your house earlier, I thought you had mentioned that you were wearing that last night.
No.
No?
No, I told you.
You told me the white from the beginning.
Okay, so maybe one of the patrolmen got it wrong.
Yeah.
Okay. So, how many beers did you drink?
When give me one, I paid for 2. That's 3, and that's about what I recall.
3?
3.
What kind of beer was it?
It's called Lux something Kentucky.
It's an IPA.
No, it's not an IPA. Actually, it's a very smooth beer.
An amber ale.
It's something like that. Yeah. It's light. It's not dark beer.
It's not very strong. 4 or 5%. You know, the alcohol content.
I know. I think it was more than that.
More than that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What type of person are you when it comes to drinking? I mean, you're a pretty experienced drinker. You drink on a regular basis, or
no.
Are you the type that can't hold her alcohol, so to speak?
No, I think that, I mean, you know, I can hold my alcohol.
Have you ever had an episode from alcohol to where you consumed so much alcohol that you blacked out?
Like, maybe once or twice. But that was like months back, years back.
Years back. So, since however many years back to now, you've been consuming alcohol kind of regularly, socially on the weekends?
Not even socially on the weekends. It's just putting every weekend, that's too much. Maybe, I'm talking about it's very sporadic. It's like one weekend, one day, 2 weeks, 3 weeks go by, another, weekend, or, a month go by, another weekend, something like that.
So, generally, if you were to drink at a Super Bowl party or a barbecue or something like that, 2 or 3 beers, you generally would handle your alcohol pretty well?
Oh, yeah.
In this part of the interrogation, the detectives use photographs to clarify details of the evening. Yvonne confirms that the man in the picture is the one who flirted with Daniela, and that she intervened like a mom. It's an attempt to show concern, but also to distance herself from the conflict. The conversation then shifts to alcohol. Yvonne claims she had 3 light beers, doesn't drink regularly, and knows how to control herself. However, her behavior in the video appears unstable and emotional, and according to neighbors, she has long struggled with alcohol addiction. People in the neighborhood generally tried to avoid her.
So last night, you had 3 beers. One person bought a beer for you, and then you purchased 2 on your own.
Yeah.
So that's not like an unreasonable amount of alcohol to consume for you.
Then that's the thing. I don't want to lie to you. I'm just like, yes, but I don't, I think that's a lot. Maybe before that is the last thing I after talking with the dancer. After that, or maybe before that, because I don't know when the picture was taken. I honest to God, I don't remember even walking out, getting in the car, coming out with it. I don't remember.
From 3 beers, you don't remember shortly thereafter.
I don't know if
the time from that photograph.
I don't know if they're shots. I don't know.
You don't know if they're what?
If there were somebody by shots, or I don't remember. The picture they sent me is like I was trying to hold something in.
Or like maybe you were laughing or something. It's hard to tell.
Yeah, I see, and I don't.
Did you drink any shots?
No. Well, I don't want to say no, but for what I drink until I remember, I didn't do shots. I didn't do anything.
You don't remember doing any shots?
No, I don't remember. Nothing.
As far as your relationship with Daniela, you liked her as a person?
Yeah, I have seen her at the gym. She's a nice, she was a nice girl. She, few times, we work out and stuff. We laugh, but it wasn't. I don't even. I saw her like 2 or 3 times in the gym. Then I saw her again last night, and I mean, we talk, and and I even say, I took her on my way. I was like, okay, I'm gonna be your mom. If you need help.
Last night you did that?
Yeah, and that's with the guy.
Did you ever do that in the past for her?
No, as I told you, I only have seen 2 or 3 times at the gym.
Does she have your phone number in her phone?
No, that I know. No.
Because her phone will tell us, and your phone will tell us that. You understand that?
Yeah, I understand.
Okay. What about email or Facebook, messaging each other on social media?
No.
Nothing.
Nothing of that nature.
Okay. So, sometime during the night, and you got to. The movie was 1 hour and 39 minutes, and it started at 7:30. And by the time you walked over, he said you used the restroom in the movie. Sometime around 9:30, I would say.
Yeah,
would it be safe to say you got to World of Beer?
Yeah, I would say it was close to 10.
Closer to 10.
Yeah.
And you think you remember it up until about the time that picture was taken, which,
yes,
as far as the timeline
because
goes
I remember the guy, and I remember, what happened with the guy and stuff like that. And the conversation that I have with her, that, and I remember the reaction of the guy that he said, yeah, right, whatever, or something like that. And he was, kind of,
because he was rejected.
Yeah, something like that. And that was it. I didn't think much about it, and I was like, oh, if it's not my favorite story. If you need help, let me know.
Okay.
I'm here. That was it. That was the only conversation that I had with her. In that sense.
With Daniela. Has Daniela ever been to your house?
No.
Yvonne claims she only had 3 beers, but she's already starting to get confused about the details. She says she doesn't remember leaving the bar, getting into her car, or arriving home. This raises suspicion. 3 light drinks shouldn't cause a blackout. She goes on to describe her relationship with Daniela as superficial. Saw her a couple of times at the gym, didn't connect on social media, never exchanged numbers. Yet she refers to herself as a mom that night when she intervened in the situation with the flirtatious man. This contradiction, emotional closeness without real contact, comes across as an attempt to justify herself. Witnesses would later state that Yvonne was so drunk people tried to avoid her. Daniela, they said, stayed nearby only out of concern for Yvonne's safety, and it was for that kindness that she paid with her life.
Talk about how you got home then.
I cannot tell you. As I said,
Austin is a person from the gym, right? How good of friends are you with Austin?
As a trainer, I see him at the gym. He's my trainer, or one of the trainers, so when I do something wrong, he corrects me, and that was it. But nothing special, extra curriculum, nothing out of whack.
Okay, so as you know, we've been investigating this since this morning, since the time you dialed 911. One of the things that we're doing is we're interviewing other people that were there last night. So you're not the only person that's sitting in this situation. Okay, there are other people being interviewed. There are 5 of us that work homicide, and every single one of us is doing something right now. We've all got a task.
But it's funny because when you turn the corner, everybody was in that corner. Everybody from the gym was in the corner.
Okay. What I've got here is a text message from Daniela's phone, okay, talking to Austin.
Okay.
All right. We know for a fact that Daniela drove you home.
Okay.
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 You understand?
I mean,
right?
it's obvious. It's just car is there, and
Okay. Well, it says here, you got an Uber, question mark, just got in. Okay, I was looking for you, but let me know when you get home. You got it. Where are you? I'm still here. I'm taking Yvonne home. So this is Daniela saying, I'm taking Yvonne home.
Okay.
This is at about 1:25. Okay? So you understand that, to our knowledge, you are the last person to see Yvonne alive. You understand that, right?
Yes, I understand.
So that's
Daniela.
why I'm to see Daniela, Yvonne, you're Yvonne.
Yeah.
See Daniela. That's why I'm stressing the importance of this interview here, and for you to reach back and remember as much as humanly possible. Okay. Are you aware of the Maplewood community that kind of butts up to your street there? You got that yellow house to your left, the yellow one that they just blacked out the driveway. You're facing your house, you get the yellow house, then you go a little further and there's a gate there, right?
Yes.
Guard gate there.
There's a guard gate there. There's camera in that guard gate.
Okay.
Okay? So I want you to keep that in the back of your mind.
No,
Okay.
I do not deny the fact that the car is in my driveway. I don't deny, it's obviously, I don't remember getting into her car. I don't remember, from there, the drive or anything. I don't remember getting anything of that. But due to the fact that it's in my house, I assume that, I was there.
Okay, so
I'm not trying to say, I'm not trying to hide anything. I'm honest to God, I'm telling you, I don't.
you don't remember coming home or how you got
I don't
home?
remember how
So-
I got home.
Do you have any way of, with your Ring doorbell, which we discussed earlier, that you delete, but
In this segment of the interrogation, Yvonne is confronted with a direct fact. It was Daniela who drove her home. The detectives present messages confirming this and emphasize that Yvonne was the last person to see the victim alive. But instead of acknowledging it, she says, "I don't remember how I got home." This is a pivotal moment. Memory loss is a typical defensive reaction, especially when someone senses that the truth could be damaging. Yvonne insists she's not trying to hide anything, but her words sound like an attempt to avoid responsibility. Additional pressure comes from another fact. She deleted footage from her Ring camera, allegedly out of habit. But in the context of a murder, this appears more like evidence tampering. The detectives don't accuse her directly, but they lead her toward the obvious. Her behavior doesn't align with innocence.
I'm gonna be honest with you. This morning, I think that I was still drunk. Everything was blurry. Everything was, the only thing that I remember is seeing her.
well, how did you go out the front door?
Did
you go out the front door, the garage door, or the side garage door?
Honestly, I cannot tell you.
Yvonne, there are certain things that I'm going to ask that are simple, like ground ball, easy questions to answer, right?
That you've already given the answers to.
That you're correct. Okay, so keep in mind, I want you to establish credibility with me. Do you know what that means?
Yeah, I
Okay.
understand.
I know. I want to know that when I ask a question and you give me the answer, that's the correct answer. I don't, like I said earlier, I don't want to work too hard for the answers. So I know
I got
you said to Detective Young how you went out this morning. So how did you go out this morning? Front door, side garage door, or a large garage door?
I think that was the front door.
The front door.
I think that was the front door. Like I said.
What time do you think that was? Right before you dialed 911 and discovered it?
It was right before that.
Okay.
It was like in, out, and I saw, the thing on the floor. Because I didn't know who, what, or what the person was. The hair, whatever, the blood in the head. I didn't recognize. I didn't know who, how I get to the house, so I didn't know who he was. And I, right away, I went, I don't know if if you ask me if I kneel, if I bend over, I cannot tell you. But I went
Where
and I touched
Where
her.
were you going? Where were you going? That you
This
walked.
morning.
Normally because when in the mornings when I days off or something like that, or something like that happened that I don't remember, I tend to go either look to see what's going on.
But not normally. Don't tell us what you normally do or what you tend to do. Tell us where you were going this morning when you stepped out of your house. Where were you intending to go? Why did you step out of your house?
You still feel drunk from the night before?
Yes. I honestly, I was... Okay. How can I put this? Without, you saying, credibility.
We just want you to be honest.
Credibility or honesty. I want to say I was still drunk, and I want to say, honest to goodness, there was two things. Either I walk out of the house, or I walk up in the car, sitting on the passenger seat.
Of which car?
Of her car.
You think he might have awakened on the front seat of her passenger?
Yes.
Okay.
And I was sitting there, and I didn't know how I got there, but I saw the door open, and when those small cars, so you look out and you see.
So you walk.
Yeah, and I run around and I tried to whatever, and then I pull 911.
So now
that's a new memory that you have.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
In this segment of the interrogation, Yvonne Serrano begins to lose control over her version of events. She admits that the morning was blurry, that she felt drunk, and doesn't remember how she got home. The detectives ask simple questions: which door she exited through, where she was headed, but Yvonne becomes confused, responds uncertainly, and changes her story. At first, she says she left through the front door, then claims she might have woken up in the passenger seat of the victim's car. This contradicts her initial account, in which she supposedly woke up in her own bed and was getting ready for a workout. The detectives immediately point out the inconsistency. She wasn't in workout clothes, but in jeans. Yvonne tries to maintain the appearance of honesty, but her memories grow increasingly fragmented and contradictory. This deepens suspicion and erodes her credibility in the eyes of the investigators.
You're like looking for
Well, we're looking for pieces of the puzzle to put them together.
Okay.
We're doing our job. Okay. Our job is to put all the pieces of the puzzle together.
And I
okay.
understand.
We want to find out the whole truth. And
So now at this point, you're thinking, as we sit here, that you're remembering waking up in the front passenger seat of her car.
Yes.
Okay. And when you woke up,
I woke up and I was like on a daze, not knowing, how I got who the car was or whatever. I look to my left and I see the door open and I see somebody on the floor. I didn't know who it was. I didn't know what car it was. I didn't know anything. I opened the door. I went around. I don't know if I kneel. I don't know if what I did, bend over or whatever. And I went and I was like, I touched and tried to move her or something. And then I saw that it was stiff. Hard. And then I called right away 911. It was
Let's back up, and I want to make sure I understand exactly what you're saying. So, you're saying that you now remember waking up in the front passenger seat of Daniela's SUV, and that when you opened your eyes, you kind of didn't know how you got there.
Yeah, I don't know.
And you didn't know whose car it was. And when you look over to your left, you see that the driver's door is open, right?
Yes.
And you can see at least some legs.
Yeah.
Like you can see that somebody is
Yeah,
laying out
it
on
was
the
a body
driveway.
on the floor that it was. I don't remember if it was the head. I don't remember if it was the legs. I don't remember if it was the arm. I just saw like a when you see a body, blood there.
So you get out the passenger door.
I get out.
Do you go around the front of the vehicle?
I go around the front of the vehicle.
And you look and you can't tell. You're saying you can't tell who it was because there's too much blood and hair on the face.
Exactly.
But you checked for signs of life.
Yeah.
And you felt like there was nothing.
Yeah, I at that point I was like, okay, I'm still, trying to put my pieces together, and then, I was like, where's my phone? Where's my purse? I grabbed and I called right away.
Well, that's what I'm getting to because I don't want to leave any steps out. So after you touch her, you don't have your phone in your hand at that time.
Yes, I did.
You did.
That's what I called because I woke up.
Did you get out of the car with your purse and your phone?
No, but I have my phone.
Okay.
I got a clip.
Where was your purse at this time?
In the car.
It was in the car.
In the car.
Okay, so that's a detail I want to make sure that we understand. So
it
when
was
you
on the
open
floor.
door,
It was like on the floor, like in between your legs or something.
Okay, so
but I didn't think about purse. I didn't think about that.
That's why we're slowing everything down to make sure that we get every detail, which is important. So when you get out of the car to go check on the driver, you have your phone on your hip, but you don't have your purse, right? Okay, so when
I called right away.
Well, you go around the front. You look, you say, oh my God, you check.
Yeah.
And then do you go back inside of the vehicle?
Yeah, I got and I grabbed my purse and I got in the house after I called.
Okay.
So I was trying to it's like, okay, what I can do.
So you went back in the house
I went back in the house.
In this segment, Yvonne continues to develop a new version of events. She now remembers waking up in the passenger seat of Daniela's car, seeing the door open and a body on the ground, but claims she didn't recognize who it was. She says she checked for signs of life, realized the person was dead, and immediately called 911. The detectives press for details. Where was her phone? Where was her bag? How did she move? Yvonne responds inconsistently, repeats herself, and gets confused. This is a typical sign that someone is improvising rather than recalling actual events. The key point, she claims she woke up in the car, but the investigation already knows she was inside the house, confirmed by footage from neighbors' cameras. Her own camera was deleted, but others weren't. That makes her new version not just questionable, but clearly false.
Get any blood on your hands when you touched her? Her shirt was covered in blood.
I don't.
And it was still dark at this time.
Yeah, it was. It was dark too. I mean, it was like 5-something.
My app says that sunrise today was at 6:45 a.m.
Okay, so question for you then.
I don't even know what time was it, to be honest with you.
Earlier at your residence, you stated that you came out, you saw her, but now you're remembering otherwise, and that you dialed 911 and you stayed outside because you know the Coral Springs Police have a good response time. So you remained outside waiting for Coral Springs Police to respond. This is what you stated earlier. Do you remember that?
I do remember that.
So now.
And I remember, and you're going to tell me that I was lying and.
That's not what I'm going to tell you.
No, that's not
Yvonne, look at me. That's not what I'm going to tell you. Okay, and that's not where I'm going with this. Where I'm going with this is this. You're now remembering something in a different way, and you're also remembering that you went into the house after you saw Daniela on the ground, dead, right? Why did you go into the house? What did you do when you went into the house?
I went to put my purse, to take my it was like, okay, I want to put my purse in the house, and then I walked right, it's like, okay, I'm going to open the door, I want to see,
Open the front?
The motives that I had to work in, I cannot tell you what the motives are. It was instinct. It was like you walk into the house. It's just like I'm gonna put my purse. You
put your purse down in the house?
Yeah, I think that I went to the room. I took my shoes off. I put my purse down, and I walked out, and then. Yeah, that was. I think that was the only thing I did, if I don't remember.
And then, how long were you in the house before you got there?
It was, no. I called 911.
So you're saying while you were in the house doing?
No. I walk up in the car. Okay, I opened the door. So I look. I saw the body. I opened the door. I walk around. I touched her. I called right away. It was like one after the other. I did not go into the house and call 911. I did not. The 911 was placed right at the moment that I,
Did you stay on the phone with the 911 caller until the police responded? We could find that out if we need to.
Find out.
Okay.
I don't remember. I really.
So here's my question, and this is an important one. Okay, you're wearing a white tank top last night. You looked at a photograph displayed to you by Detective Young from World of Beer last night. You're wearing a white tank top and jeans, right?
Uh-huh.
Now, when the police get there today, you're wearing a black tank top.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Where's your white tank top?
I put them in the washer, and the reason that I put it in the washer was because I think it was like when you have your hands or something that you touch, like it was. And it was a white tank top, and I said, okay, I'm gonna throw it in the washer.
Well, you said that you didn't remember if you had touched anything.
I don't remember touching anything
in the car, but you touched her chest.
I
don't. And I asked you if you got blood on your hands, and you said you didn't know.
The only thing that I remember is that I had I don't know if it was in the moment or something that I went like this, and I remember when I went in. And I put my purse down, and I look, and I was like, oh, I have not red blood stains, but it's like when you touch something and then you go like this or something.
Okay.
And it was there, and it's just a white tank top. I was like, okay, I'm gonna throw it.
Okay, so.
So now that you question me about it, I mean, I know how it looks.
In this segment, Yvonne continues to get tangled in the details. When asked whether there was blood on her hands after touching the body, she's initially unsure, then says she doesn't remember, but eventually admits the victim's shirt was bloody and she might have come into contact with it. The detectives point out a contradiction. Yvonne claims she doesn't recall touching the body, yet she washed her white tank top, allegedly because of possible stains. This appears to be an attempt to conceal evidence. She insists she called 911 immediately, but earlier said she went inside the house first. The detectives note these inconsistencies, not by accusing her directly, but by asking precise follow-up questions. A key detail: the change of clothing. In photos from the party, she's wearing a white tank top. When police arrive, she's in black. Yvonne realizes her story sounds suspicious, yet continues to stick to it. The detectives methodically expose the contradictions, and her attempts to justify herself grow increasingly unconvincing.
What you're telling me is while you're on the phone, because you immediately called when you saw her on the driveway, and I know for a fact that you stayed on the phone with the 911 caller until we got there. So somehow, while you were on the phone, okay, this is where you're going to lose me. You managed to go into the house, put your purse down, take off your shirt, put it in the washing machine, wash your shirt, and put a black tank top on.
Like, not exactly. I'm not.
In 7 minutes. In 7 minutes.
While still talking on the phone the whole time.
And your tank top is where right now?
It's in the.
We know where it is.
In the laundry.
In the washer or the dryer?
Neither.
Where is it?
It's hanging.
Correct.
But
So
it went through the washing machine.
Oh no! I pulled it out later.
Okay.
When I think that you guys
Okay.
were still there
Yvonne,
right before,
Yvonne,
something like that.
Yvonne. It takes time, much more than 7 minutes, for clothing to cycle. Okay? It doesn't take 7 minutes to put detergent into a washing machine while you're on the phone with a 911 dispatcher. Take your shirt off, change, put a new shirt on, run your shirt through a cycle, get all the blood out, take the shirt out, and then hang it.
No, don't take all the blood out. I'm telling you, it was not even, I mean, it wasn't even, it was, when you, like, when you.
Yeah, but how long does it take your washing machine to cycle a load of laundry?
God, I don't know, it depends, hour and 20 minutes or something like that.
Okay.
But now.
So your white tank top was washed in your washing machine.
Yes.
Okay, so
And
that
it was
cycle,
there, it wasn't even in the dryer. I just
right,
pull it out and put it out.
that washing
But-
machine takes quite a long time.
I got you, and I understand
So
that.
we have to account for that time.
I put him there, and I think that I was running when the guys were out and stuff, and then when you guys, I think you were there for a little bit before, or during the girl came in. It was already done because I think it was a quick wash. It wasn't even like nothing because I wanted to get doesn't get the stains in, or these things, because it's white tank top.
Yvonne claims that immediately after discovering the body, she called 911 and stayed on the line the entire time. Yet she allegedly managed to go inside, take off her white tank top, wash it, and change clothes, all within 7 minutes. The detectives point out that this is physically impossible. Yvonne begins to make excuses, getting tangled in the details. The key issue is her motivation. She says she wanted to get rid of the stains, even though she had just found a dead body. This prompts a natural question from the detectives. Who thinks about doing laundry at such a moment, unless they're trying to eliminate evidence?
Let's go back to the video camera in the community next to you.
Okay.
All right? Video cameras, motion activated, right?
I guess, I don't know.
So video camera's got the car pulling into the driveway, and no other car coming and no other car going.
Okay.
Okay? Now, I already know at this point in time that you're lying in some ways. Because, and I'll tell you why,
Okay.
I know that you didn't spend the entire night in that car.
I didn't?
No, you didn't.
Okay.
So you're sitting here and you're saying that you're remembering waking up in the car this morning, but I know that that's not accurate.
Okay.
Okay?
Then what did I do? Because I don't,
I want you to tell me what you do.
I honestly, I don't, I don't. I mean, I cannot make stuff up. I
You've
don't
got
remember.
4 children,
I do.
2 of them in Afghanistan.
Yes.
Your worst nightmare is getting a phone call saying that one of them was killed.
And I understand.
Correct?
I understand.
Okay.
Okay? I understand that. Okay?
Mhm.
And I cannot tell you. You said that you know. Well, if you know, you tell me, because I don't know.
Well,
You said that I didn't spend the car. You didn't say I don't.
let me go back to this car here.
Please tell me.
Okay.
Because I need to leave it myself.
You remember what time you got home?
No, I don't even remember getting in the car.
I believe it was a little bit after 2. Okay? And shortly after that, lights come on inside the car. Okay? Why does a dome light come on inside of a car?
Door open.
Right. Don't you think that that's important? You were the only 2 people in the car. There's nobody else in the car.
Okay.
You go to the shooting range, right?
Yeah, but that's.
So you're pretty familiar with the guns.
Yes.
And
I mean.
when you go to the shooting range, you wear headphones, right? On account of the sound,
Yeah,
because it's very, very loud, right? Now, with only 3 beers in you, which is not a lot, you said earlier in the interview that you can handle your alcohol well. With only 3 beers in you, does it sound conceivable that you were so intoxicated that you wouldn't hear a gunshot go off inside of a vehicle without ear protection? Does that sound possible to you?
So you're trying to tell me that I shoot her?
I'm not telling you anything. I'm asking you questions.
I cannot
I'm
answer.
asking you questions.
Honestly,
I want to know how I can explain to Daniela's mother that this woman here who cares about her, right? Who acts motherly towards her at the bar, gets a ride home from her because she's intoxicated, and then initially tells us that you were inside, walked out and found Daniela. Now changed it to you fell asleep.
I knew that was going to come.
I'm asking you, how am I supposed to make sense of this at this point?
I told him, and I told you, I do not remember. I do not. You just said that. I do not remember.
Have you ever seen a dead body?
No.
Okay. Was it pretty traumatizing for you?
Yeah, I guess.
Can it? Let's be reasonable here. Is there anything worse that you've ever seen in your life other than what you saw today? Have you ever seen anything worse than that?
No. And for me, the thought that you telling me, okay, and I don't remember that I did something. It just.
So
I cannot conceive it.
Here's where I'm going with this. Considering you've never seen anything worse, yes or no?
No.
You have had the presence of mind after seeing what you saw, and going in through the front door, when your ring doorbell is motion activated, you had the presence of mind to delete your Ring doorbell footage and go in and wash your shirt. Do you understand?
I know
how this looks?
I know
So
how,
it's
I
time.
know how it looks.
We're here an hour now. Now it's time to stop. It's time to stop, and it's time to move to the next phase of this interview here.
Okay.
Okay. That depends on you. Okay. You know, ballistics, things like that. All these things are going to come into play.
I know.
Okay. So you understand what I'm saying here?
I understand what you're saying. I got it.
In this segment, the detectives present Yvonne with video evidence that contradicts her version of events. The cameras captured only one car, and it clearly shows her entering the house. They point out the car's interior light was on, a sign that the door had been opened, meaning someone got out. Then they ask a crucial question. Could Yvonne, after just 3 beers, really not have heard a gunshot in the car? It seems unlikely. She begins to defend herself, claiming she doesn't remember, but the detectives emphasize that, despite the alleged shock, she managed to delete footage from her camera and wash her clothes. Clear signs of evidence tampering. Her story begins to fall apart. The detectives demonstrate that her actions were deliberate, and now they move on to the next phase of the investigation.
Was it an accident? Tell us how it happened.
I don't know.
Because nobody can believe that you wake up next to a person who's been shot to death inside of a vehicle, and the shot doesn't wake you up unless you're already awake. Do you understand? Do you understand the big common sense problem with that situation?
I understand,
Okay.
but at the same time, it's, I understand what you're saying, and I comprehend, all the
Right.
all the legalities, the ban and the stuff like that.
Right. There's no way you can be drunk enough not to be awakened by a gunshot inside of a vehicle. So there has to be some kind of a better explanation of how this happened, other than you meant to do it or it was an accident?
God,
Like Detective Randazzo said, we are now an hour into this. It is now time to move into the next phase.
Okay. How can I say this? You want me to confess something that I don't know. You're trying to make me confess something that I don't remember. Honest to goodness, I don't. Either a loud shot, gunshot, whatever. And for the life of me, just now that you're telling me,
we can tell by how cold her body feels how long she's been there. Okay, so we know that you know this was a lot sooner than this morning at 5:55 when you dialed 911. This was enough time for you to wash your shirt, for you to.
Now my question is
this: there's no blood on your doorknob. There's no blood in your house. You had to have cleaned up.
No.
You touched the bloody body.
I
and enough to get blood on your hands to have to wash your shirt. There had to be blood inside your house on the doorknob, on the
my question
handles.
is this: why would I do that?
Well, there's a lot of reasons why accidents happen. And
especially
when we're drinking.
And I was honest with you about that nightmare as a mother, and I cannot conceive. I honestly, I know.
More accidents happen with alcohol involved, And
I cannot even believe in myself if it's true what you're saying. And I'm not being hypocrite. I'm not being trying to hide anything. I really don't.
Well, I'm sure you watch movies, television, CSI movies, detective movies, things like that. One of the things most people would know is hey, if I lean down and I touch someone because I want to check for vitals, or maybe I'm going to do CPR, see if they're alive or dead, I get blood on my clothing or blood someplace. To be completely honest with the detectives and the patrolmen when they get there and tell them, hey, I just want you to know I got blood on me. I don't have anything to hide. I didn't kill this person. I've got blood on my shirt. But you elected to go into the laundry room and wash one shirt and one towel. I can only assume is the towel that you wiped.
No, the towel
blood
was in the wash.
With. That's neither here nor there. The point is the average innocent, law-abiding citizen doesn't think of things such as, let me delete ring, let me wash the blood off of this tank top.
So you're trying to tell me that it was deliberate and I make all this just because...
It could have been accidental.
Yeah, but you're trying to tell me it was accidental or was intentional or was whatever, and I cannot give you an answer because I don't know. Either I black out, I don't remember, I pass up. I don't know, and I don't know how to communicate this to you guys.
What's going to happen when the ballistics come back and the bullet matches up to your gun? This is your chance to give us that explanation now. This chance won't come around again.
Okay.
So then what happens when in an hour from now?
If the ballistics come,
what happens?
I will sustain the same thing I'm telling you because I'm not lying to you. Okay? If it was an accident, if it was that if according to you, if it was intentional, I cannot.
Nothing is according to me. It's according to you.
No.
Okay? You were there. We weren't there. If it was an accident, this is your chance to tell us because we're going to find out very soon.
I know.
And it's not, there's not much of a science to it. Okay? The striation patterns inside the shell casing. We got the shell casing. Okay? The shell casing is on the floorboard in the car. We have it.
Okay.
That's the truth.
Okay.
The shell casing is a 9mm.
And we're not
Okay.
only going to look in your house. We're searching the
So-
canal behind your house and everywhere.
Okay, no, that's
So-
fine. You can search
so
everywhere.
listen. It's over. It's over.
I understand
Okay.
that it's over.
It-
and
You understand where I'm going with this?
I know that I'm going to get arrested and I'm going to...
The bullet's going to match up to your gun, isn't it?
If you said so...
I'm asking you. Is the bullet going to match up to your gun?
I don't know.
You're the only one who could possibly know the answer to that question.
I,
I don't think you want to admit, because you think by admitting what you really know, that we're going to think you're a horrible, horrible person. You know, accidents happen.
Listen,
Look.
I'm not thinking about I'm a horrible person or whatever. I really, honest to goodness, I
Yvonne,
don't remember. And what
Yvonne.
you want me to say, it was an accident, it wasn't. What do you want me to say?
The gun
Is
is already
not true.
going to the lab.
Okay.
The
that's-
VSO lab. The
Okay.
shell is going to the lab.
I understand.
Okay.
I understand.
It's a 9mm bullet.
Yes.
It's going to match up to your gun.
I understand.
This is your chance to give us an explanation as to how that matches up
Yeah,
to
and
your
if I
gun.
don't have an
How did the
explanation,
gun go off? What happened?
if I don't have an explanation because I don't remember, how do you pretend me to elaborate on something that I
don't
It's
want
not
you
that
to
I-
pretend.
it's not that if I would say I shot her, I cannot tell you if I did. I don't remember if I didn't. I don't remember if I don't know if it's gonna match or if it's not gonna match. Believe me, please.
You understand
And
the process.
I understand the whole thing, and I might, and yeah, I got it. But I don't know how to tell you. I do not remember. And you said that, the shirt, the this, the clean, the that. I don't remember.
But you remember washing the shirt. You remember washing
I
the shirt.
remem-
You remember
I
erasing
remember-
the Ring doorbell. You remember erasing the Ring doorbell. You told Dave.
Yes,
right?
I normally, that's
Okay.
what I do. It's
But
just a normal
that,
thing.
You know what? And I understand that to a degree. There are people who are deleters. They delete. They like their inbox clean. They like their email clean. But not when you find a dead woman. When you see the most horrible thing you've ever seen in your life, you don't have the presence of mind to think, "Oh my God, this poor girl with her whole life ahead of her, 21 years old, is dead." But every day I delete my Ring. So I stick to my same routine. You don't stick to your same routine when you experience what you experienced. Whatever happened, I'm trying to wrap my head around why it happened. Okay, if you were with her and you were motherly to her and you were protecting her from this stranger, how does she wind up dead?
Despite Yvonne's claims of maternal concern, eyewitnesses say the opposite. It was Daniela who acted compassionately, trying to help the intoxicated Yvonne. Throughout the evening, Yvonne persistently approached her, while Daniela attempted to keep her distance. When Daniela didn't come out to meet her, Yvonne returned to the bar and aggressively demanded to know why she was being ignored. Surveillance footage from the bar, reviewed by another detective, allegedly shows Yvonne behaving in a physically intrusive manner toward Daniela. This leads to a new accusation, one that Yvonne takes extremely hard.
I understand and comprehend where you guys coming from, but at the same time, I'm being honest. I don't
No. Don't say you're being honest.
When I'm saying that
I don't want you to say you're being honest.
Okay.
Right? Because you've been consistently not been honest.
Okay.
So don't say you're being honest.
Okay.
Okay. So the last thing you remember is talking about getting an Uber.
Yes, and it was at the bar.
Mm-hmm. Remember holding hands with Danielle?
No.
Really? You don't remember
No, I don't know.
holding hand, kissing?
No.
You don't remember any of that?
No.
Making out?
No.
You're looking at me like I'm crazy.
Yeah.
But if you can't remember what happened, then why are you looking at me like that would never happen?
Because I don't remember, and I wouldn't think that would happen.
Why? Why not? You're lonely, she's lonely. Happens all the time.
So explain to me why that's so shocking.
Well, it's shocking for me because I don't, well.
What?
I don't swim that way.
Why?
Well, because I don't. I mean, it's just, everybody, somebody likes pianolas and somebody likes other things. I mean, that's.
I mean, it looks very clear to me what happened. Doesn't it look very clear to you what happened? You don't think it's clear?
It's clear that, she's dead.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, that's clear. And it's clear that she got shot in the head, right? With your gun. Clear. So tell me, when you sit next to somebody that shoots somebody in the head, what is that? What is it? It's not a trick question. It's murder.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. Right? So two people come home from a bar together and one of them gets shot in the head. Tell me, what is that?
Just more, what are you saying? More murder.
Yeah. So this isn't rocket science.
I understand.
You do. You do? You understand?
Yes, I do.
So you leave with a girl and she takes you home and you stay in the car with her for 5 minutes and she ends up with a bullet in her head, the bullet that came from your gun, and then you go inside and spend 3 hours cleaning up. And then you call us and then you lie to us for hours and you think it's okay?
I don't say that it's okay, and I don't, you guys insist that I'm lying.
No. It's not insisting. It is what it is. It is. You lied. So it isn't insisting anything. It isn't us making up stories. This is all about you. You left a bar with a girl that you were having a great time with. It isn't like you had some heated, horrible, violent relationship with this person. This isn't something that has been going on and festering, and we've been to your house with domestics and arrests. No, this is, you meet a girl pretty much for the first time, casually, and you meet up with them and then you go home and you bring her home to your house. That's what happens. And then you spend 5 minutes in the car together, and then she ends up with a bullet in her head. So just riddle me that. Explain it to me. That's all. It's not hard. It's not complicated. But that's the facts.
In this part of the interrogation, an emotional breaking point is reached. After 3 hours of pressure, Yvonne finally falls silent. The detectives note that there is no evidence of a romantic relationship between Yvonne and Daniela, but there are witness accounts indicating that Yvonne behaved intrusively that night and even harassed other people.
All we want from you is the truth. And I know that Daniela's mother would like to know what happened to her precious daughter.
You owe that to
I
her.
know that I owe it. If I did it, if I remember,
If you didn't do it, then who did it? Who? Who? If it's not you, then who is it? Who? Who else could do it?
I was there. My God, and she made right. I cannot tell you what you want me to say.
You were there and you what?
No, I said I was there in the car,
When the gun went off.
And
When the gun went off, you were there in the car.
Listen, okay? If I could give you details, I would. And I know that Daniela's mother needs an explanation, because me as a mother would love to have that too, and the closure, okay? But I cannot elaborate.
Put yourself in her shoes, right? I'm coming to you. Danielle's mother, and I'm going to tell you, Mrs. DeBarris, first of all, we had to make a death notification to her this morning. My partner had to do it, which is horrible in itself. Okay, which is a nightmare. Now the next thing is we're going to speak to her again, and we're going to hopefully have explanation as to what happened to her daughter, because she's in the worst place in the world right now, sitting there in her house, hysterical, wanting to know why someone would harm someone so innocent and young with her whole future ahead of her, like Daniela, right? Now, the only thing we can do for her now at this point, we can't do anything to ever. She's gonna be sad until she dies. Let's face it. She's gonna be sad until she dies. The only thing we can give her is explanation. And if there are 12 rounds, not 13, when the bullet matches up to your gun.
Jessica Jenkins, Daniel Chin, or one other.
When that happens, we're going to be able to give her that answer. We're going to say, well, we got the gun. Belongs to Yvonne. She was the only one in the car with her. We got her on video. She had blood on her. She washed her shirt. She wiped her Ring doorbell clean.
Altered the crime scene.
She changed. She called us. Then we sat down with her in the interrogation room, and then she's going to lean forward and she's going to say, "Well, detective, what did she say?" And then I'm going to say to her, "She didn't say anything. All she said was she doesn't remember. And if my gun was the gun that killed Daniela, I'll have to face the consequences." So her mother's going to say to me, "Well, so she's kind of admitting that she knows her gun is the one that was used to kill my daughter?" Yeah. So then why doesn't she tell you what happened? How do I answer that question? How do I tell her?
Listen.
How do I tell her? I'm listening.
You know, you want me to admit to something that my brain haven't registered. Now, why it happened and how it happened, I cannot.
Why can't you?
You don't like to hear it, do you?
Why can't
Because
you?
my brain didn't register the fact.
That you're going off?
I don't remember.
Despite Yvonne's repeated claims of memory loss, the court found her guilty of second-degree murder and sentenced her to life in prison. During the trial, the victim's mother gave an emotional statement, saying that the loss of her daughter had shattered her life. Daniela was remembered as a kind and open-hearted person, loved by everyone around her. Yet Yvonne still refuses to reveal what exactly happened that night, keeping the key circumstances of the crime shrouded in secrecy. The case is closed, the verdict delivered, but the truth about the night of the murder remains untold.